Hello, everybody. We're just coming up on 10 a.m. So we'll make sure to hang out a second before we get started. But I just wanted to welcome everyone and let you know this is an interactive session. So if you have questions, throw them in the chat. We will see them here. We can put them on camera and we can get them answered up for you. All right. Today I am with Dr. Tracy from GetHealthy.store. And today we're going to talk about swapping out those PDFs that you've probably been using to lure people into your world, right? Many of us give away, I don't know, a guide, a checklist, 10 things you need to do to stop your bloating. All of those kind of assets can be very valuable at stopping the scroll, and getting people to be like, oh, maybe I need that, right? But if those type of free assets are the only thing that we're offering when we make the very crucial jump from social media platforms, whichever one you choose, you guys. I'm talking YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Clubhouse, if you're all still using that. I'm not using that. So any of those things, when we make this big jump across the important chasm from being out in the online space, right? Just flopping around where everyone has the attention of a gnat and anyone can distract them. It's crucial that we have them jump that gap from being in that online, sometimes it's a cesspool, sometimes it's a wonderland. We never know what we're going to get. But when they jump from that platform, all of those platforms, over to being in your world. And by being in your world, I mean they're on your CRM. Okay. So this would be like our practitioners tend to use Kartra or Go High Level, but you might be on ClickFunnels or an old school Infusionsoft beast or whatever you're working with. Okay. Maybe you're just wanting to get people in your MailChimp. Does not matter to me. Okay. What matters is that when they make that crucial leap from consuming content on the internet to being on your CRM, in your email list, in your world where marketing should be automated. Okay. We're going to put on our big boy pants. We're going to automate marketing. When that happens, okay, if the only invitation to make that leap across the Great Divide is free content, you could inadvertently be creating an audience and an email list of freebie seekers, tire kickers, people who will consume information, but they'll never actually implement and they'll never invest with you. You'll know this because you'll be sending out emails and your open rates will be really low and your click-through rates will be really low. You'll be putting social media out and you'll get crickets, pretty much, like little or no engagement. And then when you do get engagement, what will happen is you'll start a sell by chat conversation. Oh, hey, what's going on? Talk to me a little more about what's happening. What's a main symptom you want to stop? And they might take that conversation until it gets close to booking a call with you. And then all of a sudden they'll ghost you, or they have to ask somebody else, or they just don't respond at all, right? That's a good sign that you have exclusively offered free things. Okay. So while we're talking today about pill packs performing better than PDFs, the real core takeaway that you need to understand is having more than just free offers to jump the gap between online content and being on your list, in your world, in your community. Okay. That's the core thing that I want you to do. And then now we're going to get in the nitty gritty with Dr. Tracy, and we're going to show how you can actually do this. Okay. I'm going to help you with the content messaging marketing piece, and she's going to help you with the asset that we want to market, the conversation that we want to have. Okay. So there's no point in us going out on social media and trying to, talk about a symptom that might respond well to a pill pack. Okay. Unless we have that pill pack made, right? So in other words, if you wanted to sell an online program, you can't go sell it until you have your program ready, right? Same thing. So we're going to start with kind of walking through and showing, okay, how complicated is this? I want you to hear directly from Tracy her experience of setting up a pill pack for two reasons. One, because I have helped brands I've helped brands get to multi-million dollars from just supplement revenue alone. Okay. I'm not going to lie. Okay. And it's a big ass project. Okay. From the label design to picking the right product. Sometimes there's formulating involved. Sometimes there's bulk orders that we have to hit. It's a thing. It's a massive, massive project. Is it worth it? Yes. Okay. It can literally add multiple zeros to your bottom line in a year. Okay. But wouldn't it be nice if you could skip all of that headache and confirm that the marketplace is interested in this particular supplement bundle that you're interested in selling in a way that is so cost effective, in a way that is branded for you. So it still kind of looks like you have your own private supplement line, but you didn't have the CMO yelling at you and the CFO about how much it costs and the CFO about how you're going to deliver these supplements to everyone and where are they going to ship from and what's going to happen and is the shipping cost going to kill the profit? Like the CEO is going to come in with all like you as the CEO sitting at the head of that kind of a health business is going to have to deal with a whole bunch of little Indians that are really upset and stressed out about the way this is going to happen. Most of us are not there yet. Okay. If you're a simple health entrepreneur, you have a small team. I want you to see how simple it can be to launch with a pill pack as compared to trying to launch your own big ass supplement line. Okay. So that's one reason. Okay. The other reason is if there's one thing I know about serving you all for over 13 years now, it's that you're going to tend to overcomplicate things, probably because you're intimidated by the tech that might be involved in this. Okay. So I just want you to see one. I want you to see one that Tracy has. I want you to ask her any questions about how intimidating it was to pick what goes in there, how intimidating it was to do the casing that makes it look like it's completely branded for her. I just want the closet doors to be fully open, the organized stuff, the messy stuff, the hard stuff. I want you to be able to ask her about all of it so that you feel comfortable making this leap for yourself. Okay. The sooner you inject invitations to make small purchases, like a pill pack instead of a PDF, the sooner you train the algorithm that you are not a brand who only has people jump the gap for free stuff, but you are a brand who expects people to invest when they work with you. That's what we're focused on today. Okay. So any questions, keep them coming in the chat. I'm going to bring Tracy on full screen here. Tracy, first of all, I want to thank you for being here with me. That I know that you're super, super busy. So thanks for being here. I really appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
And then I want to know, what was the first pill pack setup experience like? Honestly, because I know the first one is always the roughest. Okay. So you guys know, right? That first lab that you interpreted with your first client out of school, you were sweating, you were intimidating, you probably stuttered a little bit. And now you do it like, you could do it with your eyes closed and your hands tied behind your back. Well, maybe not your eyes closed because you need to see the results. Okay. But I want you to understand what her first experience was like versus how, if she needed to throw one out the door today, how quickly she could do that. Okay. So let's, Tracy, start with your first experience and just talk us through it so we could maybe ease some of the intimidation.
Yeah, absolutely. So in the Get Healthy software, when we pulled the integration in, we tried to make it as practitioner friendly as possible. So I work with, Jurgen, our head of development, with, user experience. So really it was about me stumbling through it so that I can make it better for everyone. Just like you, Joy, right? We tell people like, we made the mistakes so you don't have to. So kind of follow what we do and, we'll help you from tripping over yourself, which we did first. So the user experience now is super easy. You basically go into the pill pack builder, you're going to create your pack, and then you're going to pick your products, create a description, and move on. Probably the hardest part is deciding what you want to build, what you want to call it, and then what you want to put in it. And then there is an opportunity for you to write a description. So to be perfectly honest with you, I use ChatGPT. Our team created an internal tool, AI tool, that our practitioners have access to, that knows our entire catalog, knows all the formulations. And so what I can do now is go into that assistant and I can say, I built this pill pack for, let's say, menopause, and I'd like to target it to women of this age using all the buzzwords out there about menopause symptoms. And I would like you to pull from the catalog the description of the following products. And boom, 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 I put those in there. And that's about as hard as it is. So it'll take me about, I would say, 7 minutes tops to think of a pill pack I want to build, actually go into my admin, pull up the pill pack builder, pick the products I want to put in, and then build a description using an AI tool that we created. So not difficult. It's really just about watching the bouncing ball and knowing what to put in the pill pack and what you're building it for. Probably the hardest part then is taking it to market, right? And being able to do what you do and help us do as practitioners is get the right verbiage, getting the symptoms out there, getting the alignment from people. So that's where our two, businesses have come together. You have
Collide.
the concept and we have the software and the tool that you've been professing to people like, hey, you've got to get out there and build something that people will buy, and you've got to make it at a price point that they love, and it has to align with their needs. And it doesn't matter what I think they need. It's really about what they think they need. And obviously, as a practitioner, I care. I want them to get good products. So all of that came together. And so it's super simple to build.
Okay, so here's what I would like to do. I would like to see one of yours,
Mhm.
and then I would like to use it as an example that we could actually help them like address a symptom on social media, in an email to their people, in their next YouTube video, anything like that. Okay, so we could help them actually address a symptom. We'll use yours as an example, and then everybody watching, you're just going to think through, okay, Tracy and I are talking about a specific set of people with a specific, a symptom set, let's call it. So we're going to talk about a certain set of people with a certain symptom set. And we want to show you how we can put chocolate and peanut butter together and make a yummy Reese's peanut butter cup. Okay. So she's going to show us a pill pack, anyone that you have, Tracy. And what we're going to do is we're going to get clear on that avatar and the symptom set that they have. And then we're going to actually walk them through how they could set up their own pill pack. And then they would see, how do they have this conversation that actually yields a sale of pill packs before they're even a client? Because I think too many of us are waiting to do the marketing, and then we do the enrollment call, like the sales call or whatever, and then we enroll them. And then, and only then, are we opening people up to things like access to lab tests, access to some rapid relief supplements that they might want to take as soon as their labs have been submitted, right? Or even supplements that wouldn't hurt even before they took any tests, right? So what we're doing is we're actually telling the world energetically, my hands are closed. I'm not taking any money. I'm not taking any money from anyone. I'm going to bust my butt doing content multiple days a week, feeling like I'm not getting traction from it. And even while I'm doing that, my fist is closed and it's saying no money for me. Okay. What I'm asking you to do is just be open to the idea that while you are opening your hand to give content, give your expertise, show how much you care, you're also willing to take into account, you can also open the other hand and you can start making money in your top of funnel marketing, way up here at the top of your funnel, rather than waiting to get them on your list, nurture them for 3 months, 6 months, hope they book a call, enroll them, and then they start buying products that your expertise, that with all your expertise and experience for helping people just like them, you already know that they need it. Let's get your hand open for giving content and receiving money way up here at the top of the funnel. Okay. So I'll help with the marketing side of it. She's going to show us how it looks when we have a pill pack ready in our store. So Tracy, I'm going to have you share screen if it would be okay, and just show us one of your pill packs. And probably one that's like branded and like is a good example of how you would want others to emulate. Okay.
Yep. So let me know if you can see my screen here.
Okay. I'm going to hide this one and I'm going to add this one. Okay. That's good. I think I can make it even bigger. Give me 1 second. Okay. That should let you guys see it nice and big. Okay. So now we're in Tracy's store. So that color up there, the yellow, the login, her logo, she's selected all of that stuff. And then let's scroll down so they can see the
You want to see the screen? Okay.
Yay. Awesome. Okay. So she can change the headers. So let's say I have a book that's coming out soon. So I would want to put my book on there when it was coming out. Or if I just launched a pill pack, I would want to put that. I might want to put, anything, you guys, anything that you want can go in those top headers. And then she's selected her few of her favorite products here. So cool. I love the way this looks. Yours is so clean.
Yeah. So when you go into bundles, because we consider pill packs like a bundle, right?
Okay.
You can have supplement bundles like this Allergy Rescue, which can have other products in it. It could have a supplement, it can have a purifier, so it can be cross brand. When I initially built my pill packs, they were for a specific program called the Metabolic Mastery Program that I had launched. There was obviously a foundational protocol that helped with the gut and enhancing your own L cells to produce GLP-1, GIP. And then we had an alternative GLP-1 pack that people could purchase as part of the program that would actually contain things that were peptides that would help them produce their own GLP-1 and GIP. And then once they were through the program, they wanted to stay on a rejuvenation. They wanted to feel healthier and have anti-aging. So we did a longevity pack. So all of these were part of a program that I did that as people went through this 6-week program, they were introduced to different pill packs, which made it really clean and easy. And so building these, everything that you see in here from the customized box that I have, which was super simple to do. I submitted my logo and colors, and the design team over at VitaBoom actually did this for me, sent it back. They did have my picture on it at one time, Joy, but I'm a Gen X kid, so I kind of felt like that was me missing on a milk carton. So I took that off. But I went through and I just asked our ChatGPT tool to go through these different products that I had put in from Transformational Enzymes to give me just a small summation of what each one does. And then I had a little tagline of like, order today or make an appointment. Now within my protocol to program, I had some discount codes that were associated with this pill pack. So I simply put in the URL that was associated with this pill pack into the program. People clicked on it. It took them to this page. They applied the coupon at checkout. They could also put it on subscription if they wanted to and saved an additional 5%, but super easy. And we had really good turnout. We had good compliancy. People liked the RIP packs. All the directions were inside the box on the card. They're also on the individual RIP packs. So they knew when to take them. They knew what pills were in each pack in case they forgot. And so it was pretty simple. So that's kind of an example of what the pill pack looks like on the outside. Now, you don't have to have a private label box, but I know from watching you and learning.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Brand is so important, right? It's me. Like that's my name and my logo. And people look at that box and they're not going to circumvent me and go someplace else to try to find this because they can't, because it's mine. I made it. I created it. I put all the pills in the packs. Well, I didn't physically, but virtually. And then I wrote the description and it was my verbiage and my alignment. And so it's pretty simple to do. And we can go through the demonstration of that if you want next.
Yeah, we can totally do that. Okay, first off, I just want to take a couple of comments here. So awesome. Someone's doing the demo with Get Healthy Store. Highly, highly recommend so that you actually walk through it with a human. Michelle is asking, what's the difference between this like Heal at Scale and this store that Tracy is referring to, which is called Get Healthy Store? So Michelle, let me clarify that for you. What we do at Heal at Scale, just like it sounds, is help practitioners heal at scale. So when you're done with trading your time for money and you want to turn your favorite, most effective protocols that you really love into scalable online programs and books and lines of supplements behind it, we're your go-to community for doing that. Okay. When it comes to selling items. So if you have ever heard of an e-commerce store like Shopify, there's a million of them. I'm going to use Shopify as an example. Typically, when you do e-commerce, you have to do a whole big store setup. It's very expensive. It's very time consuming. And you have to have all of the relationships with any of the items that you might want to sell. So let's say that when people start with you, you want them to, I don't know, have a air filter and a water filter, and you want them to do red light therapy, like your favorite things. You have a little some like a bundle of things that you would want them to have. How cool would it be if everything from all the supplements that you might recommend in your full script, any lifestyle products that you might be a big believer in helping people, Wouldn't it be cool if you could have all of that stuff in one store? Think of it like your own little health Amazon, right? It's like, it's more than like a full script because it's not just supplements, right? Because how many of us also want our clients to get an air filter or purify their water or use certain topical things on their skin instead of things that are going to like disrupt their hormones? We can put all of the things that we love our people to use, and we become this sort of like healthy Amazon. And everything in your store has your stamp of approval, right? So it's like, what if they hear you talking on social about, I don't know, let's just say vitamin D. Okay. They hear you talking about that and they just hustle on over to Amazon and they buy some crap version. We don't even know if it has high quality vitamin D and we don't know anything, right? Because we don't control it. We can't put our stamp of approval on it. And then while they're there, they heard you also talking about something else and they buy some subpar water filter or something too, right? We don't know whether that's going to have any positive impact for them or not. Get Healthy Store is your chance to just say, hey, you know what? All the things that I approve of, all the things for lifestyle change, all of the supplements, all of the products, I've just put them in one safe shopping place. And all of these things have my stamp of approval. So nothing goes in there, Michelle, that you're not like, I'm a fan of this. I love this, right? And oh, by the way, you don't have to go send them to the air filter store over there that you have an affiliate link for, and then the water filter over there that you have an affiliate for, and this supplement company that, oh, they don't sell on Fullscript, so now I have to go send a separate affiliate link. You might be sending people to 4, 5, 6 different websites with shippings and all this nonsense, right? Logging in and making an account. Instead, you just have one, like, think of it like that. Your own Michelle approved healthy Amazon. That's how I would describe it. Okay. So those are the two differences. We help you with marketing, health, business strategy. They help you with e-commerce, and e-commerce just means selling stuff online. That's all e-commerce means. Okay. Okay, great. All right. So now that you've seen this, now she's saying you don't have to do a branded pill pack. And she's right. You absolutely don't. But my thing is, the sooner that you move to branded items that people know, like, and trust you more for because they get a great result for using it, the better off you are. Okay. So I say, take the extra few minutes and upload your logo and your colors and your fonts, whatever they need from you. It's not like they're asking for your firstborn child or your right leg. It's very, very simple to set up a pill pack. How long did it take you to set up that one, the foundational protocol?
This one, like about 5 minutes. Yeah.
5
so
minutes.
I can show you how to set them up when you're ready. We'll just walk
Yeah,
through
let's do it. Let's just do it. So the intimidation is just gone.
Okay.
And then you guys, once you know how to set it up, like, that's the thing at the end of the road that we're willing to sell. And then we're going to talk about Tracy and how she sold them. So right now she's selling them in a program. Okay. I would argue that she had to do the marketing, and then the people had to be like, oh, I want that. And they had to buy. That might have taken some nurturing for a little while before they said yes to her. And then she has the program, and then she's selling the supplements. I want to open that even wider where she can start getting those supplement sales earlier in the customer journey. Okay. But none of that will matter unless you know how to do the pill pack. So let's just walk through it.
Okay. Awesome.
Dr. Amber is asking if this is available for Canadians too. And that is a question that I don't know how to answer.
Well, it depends if she's asking, is it available for Canadians to distribute in Canada? Quick off the top answer would be yes and no, right? There's always a yes and no. So if she's willing to pre-purchase packs, which is not really the recommendation because they do have a shelf life of about 60 days, we can internationally ship the pill packs that she purchases and puts in our warehouse, and we can become her fulfillment partner. If she's looking for the virtual connection, which is where she doesn't have to buy the packs, right? That's called cost of goods, and keep them in our warehouse, and she just wants to be able to send, she could do that in the US if she has a good US following. Which, probably she should work with you, Joy, and build that side up, because
she is working with me. As a matter of fact, she's doing an amazing program right now. I'm so proud of her.
Well, yes,
I can't wait for it.
Because, this is a virtual connection to a company. So, John Armstrong, our CEO and founder of the company, his thing is always buy, build, or partner, right? So we're really good at the partnering side and the building side. And we love partnering. So we partner with a lot of tech companies that can integrate with us, like these pill pack builders. So we have 2 ways that you can play. One is with Zymogen, which are med packs. We have rebuilt their entire whole scripts med packs tech stack on ours. So it's all inside your clinical admin, and then VitaBoom. So I'm going to walk through just how to build one through VitaBoom. And then I'm going to show you all the steps. So I might be switching screens because I'm not great on Restream of like, how do I show everything? Oh, I guess I could show my entire screen. Does that work? It'll probably be weird.
Here, I'm going to move us here. I'm going to make when you share screen. So go ahead and share screen, and then I'll get it on for you. And then I'll move you to a tiny little box in the lower corner so they can see as much of your screen as you want to share.
That's fine. So I don't know if you guys can actually see my screen yet or not. Doesn't
not yet. So you'll need to click share
screen.
It
says unable. So we're just going to do it screen by screen because you got to love technology when it works. And today is not the day.
Okay.
Totally fine. So I'm going to see what screen this is real quick. Sorry, guys. Hang with me a minute because I have to see.
Good. You guys know it's live, right? We'll show up live and you get to see our sweat and all the, exactly.
Hot over here. All right. So
okay,
this
and
is
then I'll move us here so it's even bigger. And then I'll move me out.
All right, so I'm going to go after all the gals out there struggling with menopause and weight. That's going to be my target audience. We can think of cool symptoms and terms, but let's build this pack. So this is your pill pack builder. It's under your dispensary key in the back of your store. So this is where you log in as the practitioner. This is not the front of the store. I showed you that before. You would hit pill packs, and then it's going to end you right here. Now, these are some of the pill packs that I have built. You can see that some of them are public on the front of my store. You saw the ones that I showed you. And some of them I have built, but I haven't made them public. And that means if I wanted to send this to somebody in a script, a recommendation, like some guy that wants a muscle recovery pack, I could make this public if I wanted to. But if I don't, I can still send it via scripting tool. So if someone wants a recommendation, if I wanted them just to go to my store and buy it, I would click this public icon of no to yes. So I don't want to do that today. So easy to create the pill pack. You can choose from med packs or VitaBoom stack. I'm going to choose this. Now, the first thing that I want to do is I want to make sure that I'm going to choose my box. So there is a standard VitaBoom box, but this is my box with my brand, my logo. Now, I don't have a title for this box yet, so I might call this Menopause Rescue. And if Joy doesn't like that name, I'll call it something else, but we'll let her critique all these things. Now, what products do I want to use? Maybe I want to go to Designs for Health. And I know you're going to ask, how do we know what products are in here? We actually have a PDF that has all the brands that are available, and you simply just type their name there and everything that they have comes up. So we know that a lot of menopausal symptoms happen from unstable blood sugar. Let's throw some berberine in there. And then let's walk through some other things that women may want. Let's put some DIM in there. That seems like a good, and I'm going to add FemGuard. All right. So now I have 3 products that I want them to have. I'm going to change the dosing. I'm going to say, I want you to take one with breakfast. I want you to take one with lunch and midday. And then I want you to take one with dinner. Okay. So I'm going to save that to the pill pack. The DIM, I might want them to take that around midday, and I might want to take 2. So we're going to save that. And then the FemGuard dosing, I might just want 2 in the morning, and we're all going to move on with our life. And there you go. So my MSRP is $159. I can make the determination like, what is my average order value on my store? Mine tends to be about 150 to 180 average order. That means how much does somebody order with me every time they order? So they're ordering $150 worth of product. So this is right around my average order value. And we show you all this stuff on the back of your store. So if you're thinking, well, how would I know my average order value? We tell you in the reporting tab, and I can show you that in a second. But I know this is mine, so I'm going to stick with this. And I'm like, you know what? Menopause Rescue, love it, love it. Now, I'm going to go over to our ChatGPT tool, which is right here. And when I click this, okay, it's going to take me into ChatGPT. Now, what I did with our assistant, this is the one we built that it knows our whole catalog, everything. I said, I need a description for a pill pack I'm building, position it for menopause, talk about all the symptoms, the products I'm using are Designs for Health, Berberine Synergy, Demi-Bow, and FemGuard Balance. Can you write an awesome description in simple consumer language, no disease names or claims for this pill pack? And boom, this is what it gave me. So it went in, it searched our catalog, it got all the descriptions, and now I have this beautiful little pill pack description that I can simply copy. And then I'm going to take it back over to my builder. And I don't know, did you guys see that, or do I need to share a different screen, Joy? Okay, Joy has left the building, so I'm gonna do a different screen. I'm gonna show you the chat. So
yeah.
Okay, I'm going back. You're cool. So this is our chat. Okay, this is our Get Healthy Assistant. So when you have ChatGPT, you can actually click on this. You want to save it to your left navigation tab so you never lose it again. This is only available for our Get Healthy store owners. So if you try to search it on chat, sorry, y'all, it's private. You have to have a store. So I put in this ask, and it gave me back, because it searched our catalog, all of this great, wonderful things. Now you can change this. I do recommend you read it because it could be wrong. You know how chat's not always right. But let's just go with, I'm going to completely trust this AI generated description, and I'm going to go back into a different share. And sorry, I'm bumping around live. Look at us go. So fun. Let's hope I picked the right screen, or you guys are all going to be surprised.
We'll see what she's really working on today.
I know. Nope. This was my dispensary. See, wrong one. I have 2 dispensary tabs open. So
okay.
Here's my fumbling. Let me go to the other one. And I probably picked the same.
Gosh. Okay, while you're picking screens, I'm going to answer this question. Tracy, I love you for asking this question because I like to be very safe, like exponentially, very like it's the thing that keeps me up at night. Okay. I realize this question is over my face. I don't care. You guys can hear me. Okay. So she's asking, is there any legal issues with someone ordering a pill pack and having an adverse reaction and then blaming you for suggesting it when they're not your client? Absolutely. So if you're to look into the camera right now and Tracy was to tell us all, everyone on this call should take this exact pill pack. They should take it with breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? Like if she was to look in the camera and tell us that, she would be putting herself at jeopardy for like wearing an orange jumpsuit, Tracy. Okay, so that is absolutely not what we do. Okay, so now that you know that's not what we do, I want to talk to you about what we do. Okay. What we do is we can share our expertise and the things that we have worked through the lens of education. So what she could say is, I just took 150 women through a metabolic program that involved the use of peptides and other over-the-counter products that can be very supportive for women in this menopause age range who are also looking to optimize their weight. And I want to share that there was a story of Mary or Bob or whoever was, who I guess not Bob, he couldn't come to the menopause class, but you're sharing your expertise about what everyone did and what the results were. So she could say, hey, I put together a pill pack and I used it with a group of women who were in my metabolic program and they got this kind of results. The products that we use are over the counter. And if you want to check them out, they're here. So do you notice how the language is very like, I'm going to share my expertise. She could even share her logic. She could share the physiology of why those things work. What are the biological components that make those things work? She could talk about all of that. She could share success stories. And then she could say, and if you want to look into this pill pack on your own, here's the link. So we never diagnose, we never treat, and we never prescribe. But if it does not take an RX, right? If it is not prescription drugs, okay, and it is something that is publicly available, then you are perfectly within your rights to share what your knowledge about it, how you've used it, what those success stories were, provided you don't look into the camera and say, Tracy Kane, who's on this call today, I'm telling you to go take this and this and this, and I want you to do it this many times a day with or without. No, you would not do that. Okay. But when we go through the example of how I would want Tracy to sell infinitely more of these packs, which we're going to do next, I will give you examples of what you can and cannot do. Okay. And if you are at all unfamiliar with this, I want to make sure that you guys are, let me see if I have this. Yes. Okay. I want you guys to use this QR code. I want you to go grab this free mini disclaimer from attorney Lisa Frawley. Lisa Frawley, I'm such a fangirl of hers. Okay. She is right there with me at keeping like a brick wall between patients. We can prescribe, we can treat, we can diagnose, right? And prospects, right? And even on this side of the line are people who enroll in our group programs, people who want consulting, but we're not prescribing for them because they're not in our state, right? Like there is a brick wall, and she is my go-to person for helping you guys maintain that. Okay. Now, with that said, I'm obviously not an attorney. Okay. I am a marketing expert whose head is on fire to make medical millionaires, as many in a year as I can. Okay. But I want you to have access to her because she is an attorney and she has been in the online health and wellness space for over a decade. So she has seen it all. If you are not clear on how to articulate things in your social media, even in your group, please get clear on that. That is your responsibility. Okay. So great question, Tracy. You guys, please take advantage. One thing, it's really small on screen, so I just want to say it out loud. When you use that QR code, it's going to look like you need to buy it. Like it's going to look like you need to buy the disclaimer. Okay. So go all the way through the process as if you're going to buy it and use code JOY, like my name, all caps JOY, and that code will make that mini disclaimer free for you. Okay. Now, is that disclaimer everything that you need in your whole online medical business? No, it isn't, but you'll be connected with her. You'll get, once you do that, you'll get updates from her about things that change, and things change in the online space all the time, you guys. So it's good for you to be on her email list and connected with her and on top of exactly what you need. Okay. So that should help you get started, honey. That'll help you in the right direction. All of us should be cognizant of this. Okay. And when we go through the marketing, I'll be very clear to pause for you, hun, and just make it clear the difference in verbiage that I would use if I was talking to, say, private clients versus what I would say in the public domain. Okay. All right. I can put this up again later if you guys need it. Just throw me in the chat, but I'm going to get it out of the way now so we can see what she's talking about. And we're going to come in here. I'm going to even make it bigger, Tracy, so you have even more screen time. Okay.
Okay. So all good there with legalities, which is always good. Now, once I've put my title here, again, compliant with legal, you don't want to say menopause cure. I mean, obviously, rescue, menopause support. You don't have to use menopause if you want to. You can just say, golden years support. I don't care what you say. So you can put in the description here. So you just copy paste. Everything is in here. You might have to adjust a few things with the HTML, which gets kind of wonky when you take things. It's a technical term, wonky. When you take things from chat to, something else. Also check the verbiage. You want to make sure that they didn't put any claims in here. And then for legal purposes, you can come up with a disclaimer or use the disclaimer that Joy has provided for you. And you can put that right in the description. So now you're saying the product bundle is intended for general wellness support and not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any condition. Always consult your licensed healthcare provider before beginning a new supplement regimen, especially if you're pregnant, nursing, and have a medical condition or taking medications. Done. So now that's kind of free and clear. Do I want to make this public on the front of my store? Yes, I do. And I apply. So now everything is applied. I'm going to save this stack. And within a few minutes, this is actually going to show up on the front of my store. As you can see, it says, yes, it's public. I'm going to give it a second to refresh and see how long it takes to pop up there, because sometimes you know how technology is. It's great when it works. And then other times when I'm on a live demo, it doesn't. But let's hope that's not today. Let me go in and just see. And then I'll share screen here once I get it up here. All right, so we're going to give that a second to kind of connect, and then I'll share screen. Does anyone have any questions about the build? So it's pretty simple. I can always go back and edit this if I don't like the product, I don't like the description, I want to put a different pill in. If the price point was too high or too low, you can make adjustments at any time. You also don't have to make it public. So some packs may be just for your clients that are in your care. and you want to dispense those, that's totally fine. You can go to a recommendation, and all of your pill packs will be available for people when you're creating a recommendation. So if I wanted to add products to somebody, let's say, for example, Sam Smith comes in, he's one of my clients, I can go right here to pill packs. And all of the pill packs that are pre-built, I also have the ability to create a whole new one, or I can do a foundational protocol, the GLP-1, the longevity, the men's muscle, and there's my menopause rescue already available in my dispensary. I can just add that to a protocol. I can add a note if I wanted to, follow the instructions, etc. And then I can save it to the recommendation. At that point, if I wanted to go in and edit it, I could and add other pills to it. So that's already ready on the back of the store. We'll see how long it takes to get to the front of the store. Oh, it's already on there. So I'm going to switch to the other tab.
That's fast.
Yeah. So it takes a second because it has to go and talk to everything. I don't know how it works. I'm not even going to pretend like I know how it works. Let's just forget it. So here is the new one, Menopause Rescue. So I'm going to click on that. And now you can see price point. It's my brand. The details are going to pop up here below. And so we can see all this. You can also have people review this. Details aren't popping right now, so that might need a second. So everything just happens in its own time here at Get Healthy. We don't always know. We're going to have one of my team members ping Jürgen and talk about this. But as soon as that pops up, I'll show you the description. But that's about as easy as it gets. So this is live. I can script it. I can take that URL now associated with that pill pack and send it out and be like, hey guys, join my free webinar where I talk about menopause and all the things. Or, hey, I can do a quick video and talk about the type of support that most women benefit or things that I've seen clinically. Obviously, you want to work with a healthcare practitioner. It could be me, it could be someone else, but this is a good start for anybody that's interested. And then they can go and make that available. So margins, no setup cost. This is already integrated within your store. There's no setup cost for the design. As long as you have your logo, your colors, if you have those things. Now, if you need a whole logo design, then that's a whole different.
No, we're all grown-ups here. We have a logo. And if you don't have a logo, go take 15 minutes and make one in Canva really fast. Don't dump thousands of dollars into a logo when you're just trying to get your pill packs done. Keep it simple. Did you notice Tracy's was like Dr. Tracy Stewart? It was just like her name. It looks elegant. It looks simple. Just err on the side of simplicity and elegance and you'll be fine. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I have to say, like, the fact that there's no, like, she's looking, I think what she's looking for is roughly what are your margins. I think she's trying to decide, is this worth it? Like, is this financially worth it? So before we have her speak to approximate margins, she could pick any one and show you an example. But I just want to say what a gift it is to not have setup costs and minimum orders and like stuff like that. Because you remember how I said I've helped brands set up their supplement lines on the back end? That's a thing. That's a real thing. The setup costs, the minimum orders, the how long do you have before you have to pay, right? So your cost of goods, and then how long do you have before you actually have to pay that bill? Sometimes you have to pay a sizable bill up front in order to get the supplement line rolling. And if you're not bringing in money immediately, like that day, that means you're out of pocket the entire cost of launching your supplement line, okay? Which is why I've always had my favorite way of launching supplement lines is with a big group program launch. So if there's 150 people in the program, we can charge for the supplements with the program purchase. And we're essentially collecting all the money for the supplement launch in the beginning. It's my favorite way of doing it. We don't have time to go into all of that. But what you need to know is that is a huge gift. Like you guys not having a massive setup cost, a massive order volume demand, you know, all of that stuff being handled for you, like that's huge that you have an entry level gateway into offering what looks like private label supplements without actually having to go through all the work. Okay. So could you just give her an example of margins on a couple of those packs so she has a rough idea?
Yes. And it goes by pill. So it's pretty tough, but
okay.
60 to 65% of net, which means the pill
Okay.
pack, let's say it costs $100. Let's say the margin on all the pills works out to be $50,
Yep.
right? So from wholesale to retail, $50.
Yep.
You're going to get 65% of that $50.
Got it. Perfect. Okay. So everybody got that.
Yeah.
So if we're doing, let's just keep it really simple. Let's just say it's $100 pill pack. Then 50 of that is cost of goods. Of the remaining 50, you're going to get 65% of that roughly. Is that
60
right?
to 65. Yeah. 60 to 65, depending on your level of store. Now, we do pay the wholesale on your behalf, so you don't have to worry about that. We do remit taxes in every state, sales tax for purchases, so you don't have to worry about that through our tech. Now, if you sell it yourself, you got to do that, obviously. Uncle Sam's watching. But through us, we take care of that. Again, the integration, the setup, all of that included, it's part of your store. There's no additional fee. So yeah, and I know, Joy, let's just talk margins, because practitioners get put up on margins. And I get it. I'm a practitioner. So like if I have this supplement and I buy it from the company directly and I have it here in my clinic, I'm going to make 50%. But I also have to buy it. And I probably have to buy 6 or 12 because I may have to distribute those to 6 or 12 people that I'm going to see this week. And then I'm down 6. And I know I have more people coming in. It might be a core thing that's part of my program. Now I got to order 6 more. So what we don't realize is we're always a little bit in the red because we're never really ahead. We're always putting out costs. We're always buying to make up. This is the way I consider it. I have no cost of goods. And I'm selling on a bigger platform, which I make it up in volume. Plus, if I have to ship this to you, I'm just going to be honest, you're not going to make it. Okay, I'm sorry. I will never go to the post office and put this in a bag and ship it to you. It's not a gift that I have. I don't know what my aversion is. So Get Healthy, when I got involved with them and I got a store, like we talked about it, like it has just amplified my practice. It amplified my reach. You know, I didn't have to worry about ordering product and keeping everything that I wanted on hand. Like, oh, wait, maybe I need to get this or that and 5 of these and 10 of those. Like, it was just an inventory nightmare. And then I'd over order something and I have 10 bottles of stuff that I didn't use and it's going to expire in a month. And then I was mad at myself. So I don't need to be all those things here. I just need to be a good practitioner. And I need to be good on what you teach. Like, I have to follow your instruction and do the lives and get myself out there, so that people come in and they're like, hey, I like this girl. I trust her. And, you know, she knows what she's talking about. So that's what you've built here is all these beautiful minds that have this genius. You guys don't have to be the inventory managers and the people that ship the goods. Like, let somebody else do that for you. You may take a little bit of hit on a margin, but I promise you, you will make it up in volume. You'll do 10 times what you do. If I had to send this out, nobody would buy from me again because no one would get the products. I know my limitations. It's just the truth. So,
all right. Tammy's right on board with you. She says she's done with delivering no more. I want to address this really quick because this is a good question. So I want to hear your take on this before I comment anything at all. So what's your take on this? Do you disclose the product brand for the ingredients or just provide a description and list the ingredients after they purchase in the pill pack? So do you let them know if this comes from, you know, a specific provider?
I honestly, I would have to grab my pill pack to tell you that. It doesn't bother me. Listen, I'm also not I'm not a manufacturer either. And I don't claim to be like, I have my own brand. If you do, that's great. And if you do have private label bottles, you can send them and they will put those in your pill packs. So we can even take it that step. Like if you're like, I got my own label, I got my own private label, great. We can make those pills that are your private label available on the Vitaboom catalog just for your store. Nobody else's. So it can be your brand if you really wanted to. I can honestly tell you, nobody ever really asked me what the pills are in the packs because I think, I'm not going to sell them yucky stuff. And
they trust you.
Like crap, right? But if they want to know, I'm glad to tell them because I'd have no problem promoting brands. Like I think they do a really tremendous job for us as healthcare professionals. If they're a quality brand, they're doing all of the good manufacturing. They're sourcing the raw ingredients that we are demanding they source that are clean, right? They're doing all the due diligence. Like I'm fine with saying, hey, it said Designs for Health, or that's Nutritional Frontiers, or that's Zymogen. Mm-hmm. If they're a good brand, they're not going to sell behind your back You know, they're not going to be like, oh, I'm going to go and sell this to your customer when they come to my website. And honestly, most people that I work with don't do it because I literally tell them not to do that. I tell them that when they work with me, I appreciate their business. And if they would buy from my store, and I'll give them a persistent discount to keep doing that. I have no problem having the hard conversations and putting them on the table because ethically, most people don't know that's wrong. And we know that because you get the messages from people saying, hey, I bought this off Amazon, nothing against Amazon, but I bought this off Amazon. How do I take it? And I'm like, well, I don't know that brand and I really can't give you my expertise on it. But if you buy from me, I'm happy to provide you expertise on the products that I know and love. You know what they say? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you had a store. Where's your store? I send them a link. I send them a code. Hey, if you buy from me, here's a code for your first time purchase. And if you become a customer and you actually create a login, I will go into your account and give you a persistent discount. And guess what? They suddenly become a lifelong customer. Have the hard conversations. Tell them,
yes.
You're helping me. I'm the one helping you. They want to support us. They don't know it's wrong. So,
so Tiffany, the direct answer to that question is you do not have to do that. Okay. You do not have to do that. Part of your unique intellectual property is the choices that you make over your duration of serving your audience. Okay. So even in like the lab test funnel, for example, if someone is leading with a GI map, I don't tell them they have to tell them that it's a GI map versus any of the other tests that are out there. I don't tell them that. Now, are they going to know that? Yeah, because when it arrives at their house, it's going to land. With the pill packs, they're not going to have the bottle in their hand unless you're selling it as a bundle but not a pill pack. In the pill pack example, they won't know which one it is. Now, I am with Tracy. I would say, yeah, if they ask me which one those things are, then yeah, I would make sure to share, and I would even share why. I would actually do that as top of funnel social media content because that's the kind of things like for my practitioners, I teach a process called Simple Social School, and they have to abide by the client attraction trifecta. The client attraction trifecta is 3 different types of content. They rotate through them every single day. If they go 3 times a day, they hit all 3 sides of the triangle. If they post once a day, they hit one side one day, one side the other day, one side the other day. One of those things is showing your work of what you do every day. People think you guys think that's boring, but people love it and it helps them trust you. So if you're talking about, oh, I just got a question from someone wanting to know which whatever I put in my pill pack, I would talk about it and I would talk about why, and I would talk about what you love about that brand. And if you're worried about, them going directly to that supplement line and buying directly, then you haven't built the type of relationship that Tracy's asking you to build with your audience, which is like, listen, if they knew you had a store and they could be protected from bullshit supplements on Amazon, they all day, every day would say yes to that. So just make it clear and then say, hey, because you're in if it was an Instagram live, because you're in my Instagram audience, just DM me and I'll give you a link to my store where I constantly check ingredients. Even when supplement companies are bought, I always keep a hawk eye on what's changing and how supplements are, altering over time. I keep it updated. The only things that I improve are in that store. Now, you probably just got a customer for life and you told the algorithm that people are more interested in you because they're DMing you. So just use it as a tool to bring people into interaction with you. So you don't have to, but you should if they ask, is my personal take on that. Okay. Let me see if we can roll through a couple of these. Okay, somebody's over their Shopify store. I know it's a lot. It's a lot to manage. Rekka is asking, are taxes done easily or complex like with FullScript?
I don't know how FullScript does taxes, so I can't comment on their process. But on our process, as I said, the sales tax through the store is remitted already for every state. You do have to download your export of sales for the year, and then you calculate your net, and that's what you would turn in as income to your accountant. And that's basically what I do. And then you can write off as a cost of doing business your subscription fee. Don't forget to do that. Take your write-offs, people, super important. And you can submit, if you have a $99 tech fee each month, you can submit that to your accountant as a write-off.
And Ashley, it's illegal to sell supplements without disclosing the ingredients and having allergy warnings. So you don't have to worry. Like, you should never sell anything that doesn't disclose those. All of those would be disclosed in your pill packs because it literally is illegal to sell supplements without that. So you don't have to worry about that.
You can also make those available too as part of your description if you want them to really see it. That's why they get Healthy Assistants, that little AI chatbot. When I said, if I went back and said, give me the ingredients of each one of these products, it would. And you could just edit that and put the ingredients in underneath. So people knew what were in there right on the page. But they can also find out when they get their pill pack, the ingredients that are in the pills when they get it.
Yes.
And I know practitioners sometimes want the ingredients out front. So totally can do that. And great recommendation to do so.
Yeah, exactly. And Ashley, you are so welcome. If any of you didn't get the scan code yet, to have an actual tour of this with a real human being, okay? This is not like sit on hold with the tacky music and never get to talk to someone. You actually get a demo of how this works so that you can make a decision if, like some other people in the comments in the chat here are saying like, oh my God, I'm over trying to figure out e-commerce on my own, or I'm doing it on my own now and I don't want to do it anymore, then take advantage of that and get that handled. Okay. I also want to make sure that if anybody missed that legal disclaimer, I saw somebody in chat talking about that. I'm just going to put this on screen. And then we're going to spend our last 5 minutes together powering through how I would have her market that. Okay. So which one of those pill packs would you most like to sell more of, Tracy?
Well, it depends on what I'm promoting. I think
I like the peptide one because I think peptides is a wave of content that you can surf right now. So would you be willing to do that one with me?
Yeah, absolutely. So you want the longevity pack, like everybody go with what the market's, if you want to sell, like, let's talk about that. You want to sell. Everyone's looking for BPC. Everyone's looking for longevity, anti-aging. So I'd probably do my longevity and rejuvenation pack because it hits a multitude of things like, BPC 157, Wolverine peptide. It's going to help you with anti-aging, growth hormones in general, all of the things. And then I have a product in there that helps with brain, longevity, helps with muscle, and Brain Boost helps with a cognitive enhancer. So you have people that want young, healthy skin, they can do the BPC, rejuvenation, the longevity to help with muscle tone and optimization. And then the Brain Boost helps with cognitive performance. So again, that's probably the one that I would put out there. It's $181, but peptides are usually $150 a bottle for a 30-day supply. And you're giving them a pill pack that has 3 peptide formulas in it for $181 in 30 days. Like, that's pretty good.
Okay. And what is that pill pack called?
Subscription. That would be a subscription one because you would tell them, like, you want to stay on this, guys, Okay. So sorry for your question.
Okay. What is that pill pack called? And then we'll draw it out here.
It is let's just get into it. The Longevity and Rejuvenation Pep Pack.
Longevity and Rejuvenation Pep Pack.
You could just call it Pep Pack if you wanted to, because it's super pack.
Okay, great. And then in the chat, there were some people who needed to connect with me. You guys can use this scan code. Excuse me. Just know that my team is fully booked next week. So if you don't see anything next week into the following week, there's nothing wrong. You just need to move forward to the next week. Okay. So make sure that you take advantage of that. When you do that, you will actually be meeting with the health strategist that moved Amy Myers out of burnout in her clinic into a multi-million-dollar a year online health business that is highly revenue supported by supplement and product sales. Okay. So be ready to talk real numbers in real time if you use that scan code and book a call with us. Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead. I'm going to share my screen here. I'm going to go iPad. I'm going to see if I can make me bigger and then you smaller. Let's see if I can reverse us.
This is perfect, I feel.
Yeah, I like it.
With a tiny little box down there.
Okay, what I will do is I'm going to remove you into the green room for 1 second, and that should switch places. Okay, and then I need to reverse. Now we're going to pull Tracy back on. There we go. And then we need to reverse the iPad screen so you guys can see it. When I draw for my mastermind members, I have to have it reverse, and then Restream likes it the other, or I have to have it normal and Restream likes it the other way. Okay, so we've got something here that we want to sell. Okay, we want to sell this $181 subscription. Now, you already heard from Tracy that she sells the heck out of this in her program, okay? But what I want to remind you is open your hand when you give free content, open your hand to receive money from that free content. Don't wait for them to enroll in the program and buy the program, and then you're selling the packs. So this is specific to Tracy. I don't know what your example is, okay? But what I know is happening is she has a customer journey that starts with symptoms-based content, okay? So she's doing some symptoms-based content. What symptoms do these people have? The people who enroll in the course, what's going on? What do they want? How do you capture their attention?
Me? How do I capture their attention?
Yeah.
Probably just with symptoms like, are you tired of saggy skin and foggy brain? Are you not making gains in the gym with all your effort? That would probably be some things that I would say.
Okay. And even like a longevity edge, right? We probably are looking for that.
Yeah.
I find most people in the peptide space are like, hey, make me last longer, make me look better. Like, let's go. I want to do this. Okay. So I want you guys, as I'm going through this for Tracy, okay, information without implementation is useless. It's not going to make you any more money. So while I am doing this, what I write right here, okay, that needs to be specific to you. So if you grabbed a piece of paper, let me get this out of the way so you can see this, okay? I'll put it back up at the end, okay? But I want you, what we're writing right here, you should say, what's your symptom set? What's the symptom set that is really keeping people up at night, bothering them, annoying them, costing them money, making them feel really, really bad? Get your symptom set right there. Okay. So now she's going to put out symptoms-based content, whether she did a YouTube video, an Instagram live, a post, a blog. I really don't care what it is. That's probably the first step in her customer journey. Okay. And then when you get people into that course, Tracy, is there a webinar that sells that course? Do you do that from a book a call? How do you do that?
It just depends. I usually will do something like a live stream, and then they could do a discovery call. There's no particular course on that. Well, that's not true. Okay. I do have 3 peptide courses, but if they wanted to learn more just about peptides, I would probably funnel them into a little $27 course called the Quick and Dirty Peptide Course.
Okay, great. So let's say they see some content of hers. Okay, so now we're following through. They see some content of hers. They get invited to, she listed a lot of things. Okay, so the next thing here, let me just erase this so you can actually do this for yourself. Okay, so the next thing is from that symptoms-based content, what is the next invitation? So what is the next step? Okay, for her, she mentioned that she does a live stream, or she might do like a webinar. She might do like an email series. She could do any of those things. I want you to say for yourself, what are those things that you would do as the next step after content? Okay. Now, from there, she mentioned that the next step in her funnel is they do this little $27. That's a perfect example of what we're talking about today. Instead of them jumping into her world from only free content, she just let the algorithms know, I'm a buy from me brand. I'm not a freebie brand. I'm a buy from me brand. And you need to be a buy from me brand too, to teach the algorithms that you're not just looking for freebie seekers and tire kickers. Okay. So in her case, she did a $27 course, right, honey? Like a little mini course kind of thing.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Perfect. Now from there, she's going to go into the main course. What's the cost of the main course?
The cost of the main course from
the
that
bigger peptides course.
Yeah, that's the Down and Dirty Peptide course. So that's a really great question. I'm such a bad salesman. $300, $300. I'll say. I don't know. This handles all this, Joy. You've taken me out of it so much that.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say it's $395. We're gonna guess. Okay, so they can do her Down and Dirty Peptides course, and that's $395. Are we selling peptides? Are we selling this bundle in the $27 course, or do we wait until they get into the Down and Dirty?
No, probably the $27 course, but because by that time they've had introduction to those peptides and they want it.
Okay, perfect. So right here, she's definitely going to start selling some of her peptide packs for sure. Okay. Over here, my guess is she's probably going to sell a lot more, and she's probably going to sell them on monthly recurring revenue because by the time they understand the way that the peptides function, they're going to be more open-minded to go ahead and get on monthly recurring revenue with those. So we know she's going to make some money here, and she's probably going to make a lot more money on monthly recurring revenue here. My question for you is, where else can we help her and add more money into this funnel in the way that we're talking about today? Okay, so I'm going to take what she's doing now. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it down here on a whole new page. I'm going to see where else I can get her some money. Okay, so here's what I would do. Okay, right here, when she's mentioning this in content, we're going to do these additions in green. Okay, we're going to say when she does this symptoms-based content, we're going to say, DM me for a link. Okay, so that DM me for the link, you guys, that is going to let her do two things. Start a sell by chat, where she might be able to sell the $27 course, or even just direct to the $300 course, or even straight to the peptide sales, which is where the real money is at. Because even at $395 right here, if they're doing $181 and she's earning 60% of her half or whatever, then she's eventually going to make way more money than the cost of the program from the ongoing supplement sales. Please put a yes in the chat if you see that. Monthly recurring revenue is where it's at. Let's tap you into that as soon as possible. Okay. So she's going to say, DM me right there in the content. Hey, if this is resonating with you and you're curious about peptides, just DM me and I'm going to give you a link to the pack that I'm on fire about right now. And then I'm seeing the most, positive feedback from my community. Hi, sale. Okay. Then next, when she has this next step, which in her case was the webinar, she could do what's called a drive to sale after that webinar. That is probably, let's face it, she's probably not going to do a DTS to try to sell the $27 project. She's probably going to do a DTS to sell this one right here. Okay. She's going to sell as many people into that program as she can. Yay. That's more money. Okay. But anybody who did not buy in that DTS, guess what we can do? We can do what's called a supplement sweep. Okay. And a supplement sweep is where we follow up with all of these people who we sent the DTS to, and they did not buy. Okay, so all the people who did not buy, we can send an email sequence that says, hey, I know it wasn't a good time for you to join the Down and Dirty Peptides course with all of us longevity seekers, but I just want to share with you a few quotes from everyone who's using the Longevity Peptide Pack in case you want to get in on that pack yourself, even though you don't have time to do the course yet. Guess what's going to happen from that sweep? More supplement sales and likely recurring supplement sales. Okay. And then she's already selling at this point, and she's already selling at this point. So I'm not going to worry about anything else. But can you see how she just went from only selling from here over? And now what I'm asking her to do, she's selling at every single step in the process. That is the lesson. That is the takeaway that I want you to have today. Okay, the takeaway is she's already selling. I'm just inviting her to open her hands earlier in the customer journey and start those supplement sales earlier in the game. Why? Because you deserve it. Okay. I know we're 7 minutes over time. I just want you to have the QR code for Get Healthy Labs in case you want to meet with them and get a demo of how to do this. Okay. This is the last in our series of sessions with Get Healthy Store. But I will bring Tracy back on as needed to help you guys implement and make more money. And every time I see a way that I'm kicking her butt to make more money from her Get Healthy Store, I promise you, you guys know I'm transparent. We will put that butt kicking in a live session together, and we will show you how we have added yet another income layer for her from her store with simple little changes. Okay. Version 1 is better than version none. Okay. Just get your store open and out there and start dripping supplement sales, product sales into your marketing from the beginning, from your symptoms-based content, through your emails, through your webinars, through your course sales, all of it. You guys deserve that. And if you need help if you need to talk to me and my team about how to build an online empire and get very strategic about protecting your time and making infinitely more money than you would if you didn't use systems of practitioners that have already done this, then please schedule a session with us and let's just look at it. It's not like you're obligated to anything. We're just going to take a hard look at your business. And then at the end, we're going to say, okay, if this business was my own, these are the number 3 things that I would do immediately. So you're going to have a clear plan on exactly what to do next in your business. Okay. Tracy, thank you so much for being here. Sorry that we went over a few minutes today. Guys, if any questions that we didn't get to answering, I want to make sure you also know how to reach me on Instagram. Okay. So there's a direct scan code over to my Instagram. I'm at Real Joy Houston. If you have questions that we did not get to today, then DM them to me and I'll just make sure that we get them answered and we get connected to you, any answers that you need. And if you need to be connected directly to Get Healthy Store, the QR code that I showed you first, I'll put it on screen again. You guys can connect with them directly using this link. Tracy, any parting words for these beautiful people?
No, thank you for all the engagement. That was awesome. Your crowd is always wonderful. They're very highly engaged, and I know that they're thirsty to help more people and to gain some revenue. And yes, you get a storefront with Get Healthy. I just want to answer one question. So I've tagged account managers on the YouTube video, so hopefully they'll come back and answer some of your questions in the chat. So check back on the video, or you can reach out. You do get to talk to a live person with a demo to ask all of your questions. It's not just videos that you're watching. It's a live account manager.
All right, you guys, I'll see you on the next episode of Heal at Scale Studio. If you have questions, reach out to me on Instagram. I am more than happy